Hey, it's Chris. So I wanted to share with you a little bit more about this idea of creating personalised retreats or kind of bespoke journeys to this island, to this beautiful island of Ibiza. And I thought this would be funny to film because I'm walking to a beach, but I've never been here before. And I thought that was interesting, not that interesting, a little bit interesting, because I'm still discovering the island. Apparently there's like 365 beaches. So coming with you and, deciding, okay, let's go like somewhere different every day, that could be a fun thing, that could be a fun way of exploring the island. And but anyway, yeah, what I'm what I'm talking about is this idea that I have of bringing small groups, maybe like up to 6 people maximum, or 10 maybe, or like one-to-one, or with couples, with pairs, and being with you on your journey here to this island, and being with you kind of through your experience of the island. So whatever that is that you want, right? So whether you want to be here for yoga, or for food, or for swimming or sailing, or yeah, I mean, like whatever you want. The island's just full of like this incredible capacity to heal and to bring health and to have you feeling good and to give you a chance to see your life in a new perspective, and to meet some really incredible people. There's people here like this great girl Anna, whose house I was just at. I think she's really beautiful, lovely English girl, and she does massage and healing sessions. And then also my friend Atos, who Ruth and I laugh about, that I've got a bit of a man crush on because he's also just so good looking, and he does dance and body work, and he's also got like this amazing way of looking at the world and way of thinking about the world that feels really beautiful and really positive. And it's best to sort of receive that almost from him, rather than me trying to explain it. But the reason why I bring those people to mind is because those are the types of people that we could plan into your experience of being here on the island, So you would, so the way it would work is like you would book your own flights, and then maybe anyway, you just focus on yourself for the moment. It would be, you would book your flights. We would have a couple of consultations in the months up until the experience, deciding what you want, who you want to meet, what type of things you want to do, if you want to plan or not, or if you don't want any plan at all or whatever. So we decide on all that stuff, and then we've got like a bit of an agenda or not, and then you go for it. And either like I can come with you and be here as part of it, and offer coaching, offer music lessons, offer Spanish. I can translate for you as you go around the markets or whatever, or not, or I don't come. I'm totally down with that. That's also fine. And look at this, it's just like the sun is rising over there. And there's some really amazing stuff, I tell you, that happens on this island. Like, for example, right now, last night I went to bed at like about 11 or 12 o'clock because I was really tired, and then I woke up feeling completely refreshed at about 2, which was weird. It doesn't normally happen to me, but anyway, it happened. And then I decided like I would go back to this party that I was at called Woo Moon. And so I got in my car, had a shower, had some breakfast, had some avocado on toast, got back in the car, drove to this party, and I met some amazing people there, some friends there, Anna and a couple of other of her friends, and this guy who she was with, and we like had a great fun time together. And then we went back to their house and we were talking on the balcony and sharing music, and I use that as an example just because it's really interesting how I think getting out of your normal rhythm and normal cycle, like the 9 till 5 and the Monday to Friday, just getting out of that physically and also mentally and spiritually and emotionally, outside of that, like this new you emerges, this new way of being, this way of being like, you have to be open to be spontaneous here. Hold on, there's a tractor about to run over my back. You have to be able to be open to being in the unknown and taking risks. Like, for example, there's the tractor. For example, I couldn't get through to any of my friends who I knew were at this party. I tried calling Atos and Celine, and I couldn't get through to any of them. And so I just had to go. I had to drive half an hour, 40 minutes. I just had to take the risk that it was going to work. And I would find some friends there. And I did. But I probably wouldn't have done that in England if there was like a 45-minute drive to a party where there was like quite a low chance of me actually knowing anyone there. and it was 3 in the morning, probably would have thought, fuck it, I'll just stay in bed or have a cup of tea and read my book. But anyway, so I was being different, you know. I was like expanding myself and getting uncomfortable and being in the uncertainty, and consequently, you know, some cool shit happened. And so, you know, I'm telling that story because I want you to connect with the idea that you coming here onto this island, like, you will have to be different and possibly grow, and it can be challenging and a lot of fun, and there can be some really interesting insights to emerge. And I always leave this place feeling like really charged, really healthy, really in my center, really in my creative power, aligned with my true self. Seriously, I'm not just making this up. All of this stuff, I really get it in bucket loads every time I come to this island. So, and that's why I'm trying to create this experience. That's why I'm trying to create this opportunity for you to come, or you and your partner, or you and some friends to come, and we can kind of co-create your experience here. So, yeah. If that sounds interesting, you know, or you've got some questions, or anything's not clear, I want this to be really clear and really fun. Oh, one thing I haven't said is about like payment for me. So it would obviously completely depend on like how much of my time and energy you wanted and needed. And but what I would say right now is that because I'm excited to do this, and you know, it might mean that I get to come to the island, I'm going to be pretty happy for the first few people anyway, maybe the first 3 or 4 or 5, to do it very, very, very cheaply from my side. You know, for example, maybe you just cover the cost of my flights from Bristol, or my transport, maybe a taxi as well, and that's going to be like £100, £200 in the middle of summer, or £100 in like October. So that's not a lot, you know. That's not a lot for me to bring everything that I can bring to your experience: my coaching, my network here, my Spanish, my guitar, my friends' houses who we can go and stay at, Thomas's house where we can go and play music, you know. So yeah, no, I think this is obviously I think this is a great idea. Okay, cool. Please take me up on it and share this. Please share, put it out there in the world. Share it with your buddies, and let's get this happening. Just look at this place. Like, I'm gonna put this out on full zoom. So I've never been to this place before. It's like Seis Salinas, I think. There's all these boats. You could like hire a boat and go for a boat thing. Or you see this old pier over there. You could walk there and do some like photography, you know. Or we could do some climbing. Yeah. Or dinghy racing, or whatever, or a sandcastle building. You know, it would be totally over to you. I'm not going to have like an agenda for you, or you know, an idea of what I think you should do. I'm just going to like really listen to you, and we would probably have like a couple of consultation type conversations, you know, beforehand. The first one maybe just like 20 minutes, then probably like a 2-hour conversation, and then also maybe like one sort of 90-minute conversation as a follow-up after the experience, like 2 weeks afterwards, to say, how did it go? What are the lessons you've learned? You know, do you need anybody's contact information and whatever, you know, to round it all off? Yeah, cool. Alrighty, much love.